What's up everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we're talking about fight confidence. In particular, how do you build that confidence for fight week? Like Conor McGregor, so that when you go in to wherever you are, whatever city you travel to, whatever hotel you're staying at, whatever pre-fight obligation you have to do, you are feeling rock solid that you are going to get that win. Today I have for you 6 tips to help you get to this state of mind. Now, I'm not gonna be so bold as to say I never get fight nerves and I'm 100% confident on fight week that I am gonna win. There are always doubts. And I really believe that even guys like Floyd Mayweather, Conor McGregor, these guys have doubts as well. Even somebody like GSP, who did so well, used to have to look in a mirror pre-fight and tell himself, he would actually talk to himself and say, you're gonna win, you can do this. These great fighters still have doubts, but probably far less than the average person. So that is why we're gonna focus on this today, because going into a fight and being like, ooh, I don't know if I'm gonna win. Ooh, I think I'm gonna lose tonight. That is a terrible state of mind. And there are some things that you can do before you get to fight week and on fight week that will help you get to that confident state, which is gonna make victory more likely. And yes, in case you're wondering, I use many of these tactics myself. They've helped me win all those belts behind me. The first thing is to establish a winning routine that works for you. We are talking about dialing in sleep, dialing in our food, dialing in our warm-up pre-fight. All of that is very difficult to figure out what works the best for you. And this is why experience matters in the fight world. If you go in your first fight, and you do a couple things that don't really work well, you start making alterations. And hopefully after 5 to 10 fights, you've sort of figured out what is ideal for you. You throw away the stuff that doesn't feel good and you keep the stuff that makes you feel strong and confident. So in terms of sleep, you're gonna figure out what helps you sleep, what doesn't, what the ideal amount of sleep is, what's too much. In terms of food, you're gonna put some food in your body and go, oh, that made me feel really sluggish. Next time I won't do that. All of this is gonna help you build confidence because you're gonna feel that much better. So be very aware of your pre-fight routine and try to dial that in to a state or a series of events, I suppose, that works the best for you. Very important in my opinion. The next thing which I believe will make a world of difference, which I do as well, is to study your opponent, to get very comfortable with how they look, their body physique, the way they move in the fight. All of this stuff, when you see your opponent for the first time in the hotel or at weigh-ins or wherever, all of that pre-fight study stuff is gonna keep you that much calmer. And when you finally see them and come face to face with them for the first time, you'll be like, oh, I know this guy. I've watched so much footage on him and yeah, I'm not too worried now. And that confidence is gonna come from basically the research which you did beforehand. Some people don't like doing it. They think maybe it plays a little bit too much into your mind, or you get too much of an idea about the scope of their capabilities, and then if they do something different, it throws you off. But you don't need to read into watching their fights and go, this is exactly the way this guy is gonna fight. But in general, you'll start to see their tendencies, you'll start to see their favorite techniques. Don't lock in on that and think that's the only thing they can do, but it'll help you build an understanding of them, which in turn creates confidence. And speaking of confidence, something else which is sort of established in a routine for me on fight week over the last couple of years has been having my magnesium supplement with me and my other supplements from Bioptimizers, who is the sponsor of today's episode, because I know this product really helps me recover, really helps keep my muscles in the condition I want them to be, and helps me get that sleep, which I need, so my body is doing so much better the next day. This is a product on this channel that you're gonna hear me speak about so often because I'm so passionate about it and I believe in it so much. If you're wanting to take your performance to the next level and work on recovery with improved sleep, you can head over to magnesiumbreakthrough.com/Gabriel, use that promo code Gabriel10 to save 10%. And please remember, the reason I recommend this magnesium supplement as opposed to others is because Bioptimizers has 7 forms of magnesium in their Magnesium Breakthrough. This is very, very important and something which if you just go and buy another random magnesium, you might not be getting the full benefits that you will from this product. I can't recommend it highly enough. Next up, find a little routine or a number of things that will help you with pre-fight relaxation. Because like we already said before, I believe that people like Conor McGregor and Floyd Mayweather still experience these nerves and they don't have absolute confidence, but they probably have methods to deal with those jitters when they come up. It could be things like throwing on music. It could be something like utilizing visualization. It could be hanging out with your teammates and having fun and making jokes. It might be taking naps. Whatever it is going to help you relieve those pre-fight jitters. And the more you can do that, the more confidence you're going to build. It's almost like this is your confidence meter. And the more jitters and the more nerves you have, the further and further down you get pulled. So the more you can relieve that, the more and more your confidence will be allowed to build. So having those relaxation moments are very key. I like using visualization where I close my eyes and I imagine the moments which scare me the most. And once I've done them in my head over and over and over, then all of a sudden I'm not too worried about those moments when they actually happen and my confidence just sort of pops up. The next thing which you can do in training camp is develop crazy strong mental fortitude, mental confidence. How would you go about doing this? What am I even talking about? Well, I remember years ago seeing Floyd Mayweather on one of his runs and they had a mic on him and he's just running along, going something like, easy work, can't be beat, 31-0, 31-0. And he just keeps going and going. And that is just confidence oozing out of him. Even if he doesn't at that point actually know it or believe it, he's repeating it and it's just that confidence building and building. And I like doing that when I run, not all the time, but sometimes, actually for a number of reasons. Number one, it seems to make the run go a little bit faster. I kind of phase out as I'm doing it. And number two, I start really believing what I'm saying. And it doesn't have to be just those specific things, but words that really resonate with you about the fight and the outcome you want and the opponent, whatever sort of feels best, say it out loud. So maybe when I was fighting for this belt and I was going up against Muay Thai, I could be running along or shadow boxing going, Gabriel Varga versus Muay Thai. Gabriel Varga the winner. Gabriel Varga, glory, featherweight champion. Things like, oh, I'm not gonna tire. I'm gonna be strong. I'm gonna have gas for the whole fight. I'm gonna wear him down. Just all these things which I really want to happen, you just repeat and repeat and repeat. And I find for me, that mental fortitude just goes a long way when you start getting to fight week and you feel that confidence just rock solid. The next thing which is gonna help is having so much belief in your training camp. So if you get to fight week and you're kind of like, ooh, remember that week where I didn't train very hard, or the runs I kind of slacked on, or I didn't get enough sparring in, or ooh, I should have got more clench. If you start having all these questions on fight week, it's gonna demolish your confidence. You want to look back on your fight camp and go like, yeah, that was solid. And that'll carry you forward in your confidence on fight week because you know you did pretty much everything you needed to and it feels good. So every day you basically have to train. Remember that. Remember me talking to you and saying, okay, you got to push yourself because if you want that confidence on fight week, it doesn't happen on fight week. It comes from training session after training session after training session where you pushed yourself to the limit. And the last tip I have for you today in developing your confidence is have a team who boosts you up. If you have guys with you who are just kind of like, blah, 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 and they don't say anything to you, doesn't mean you're not gonna have that confidence, but it's nice to have that extra little bit. And you know people like Floyd Mayweather and Conor McGregor, they have those big teams with them because they're getting constant positive reinforcement. It doesn't just need to come from your team. You might have family members there, you might have friends, or it might be exactly the guys who you rely on in training camp, sparring partners, coaches, all those guys. Having that is very nice. I did without that for quite a while on fight week. You know, I travel and other people are busy and they just meet me there a day or two before the fight, and I have to have those other 5 things really dialed in because I'm on my own without people giving me that positive reinforcement. So this to me is really the last and least important of all of them. If you have the first 5 down, or whatever other sort of methods you can use to build that confidence, that is the most important. And then that extra little bit from other people, that's just kind of like the cherry on top. It's very nice to have, but ultimately not necessary if you already have that unshakable confidence. So for all the competitors out there, I believe this was a very important episode to make sure that you're able to get really mentally strong on fight week. If you enjoyed the episode, please give it a like. If you haven't already, join the channel and get subscribed. Train hard, guys. I'll see you back here soon for another video.